right, from recycling to Latin America. The last mile is the hardest. This is a case study and a company in Latin America that focuses on the last mile of distribution. Please join me in welcoming Sebastian Mejia, the co-founder and president of Rappi. Welcome.
Hello, everyone. I've been told I'm the only Latin American speaker at this year's Signal, so I'll make sure I represent. So I'm here to talk about Rappi. So really what we do is anything delivered in minutes in Latin America. Before I go into more details, I want to tell you how we started. We were seeing how these large urban metropolis in Latin America were places that is really hard to live, places where convenience is not a luxury, but it's a real need that enables people to have a better life and a better day-to-day. That is part of our DNA, and it's part of the mission of the company. We also saw the possibility to create an enormous amount of impact by empowering micro-entrepreneurs and allowing them to earn a very decent wage delivering products to consumers. And as a consequence of this, what we're trying to build is the last mile. The last mile is really, really tough. But if you connect the last mile, you connect the local economy. And this is very, very important for consumers, but it's also very relevant for retailers, for brands, and for couriers that work with us. So we are the only company in Latin America that is funded by two of the most important venture capitalist firms in the US. This is also the first time that has ever happened in history. It's not common that you see these guys coming to Latin America and getting out of their comfort zone of Silicon Valley. And the reason why they did it is because they saw the opportunity to create enormous impact. They saw a company that is solving with innovation and with a local approach, real tough challenges of living in these cities. And we are very excited to be working with these guys to create an enduring and impactful company. So before I go into the details, I want to give you a glimpse of what it is to live in Latin America. So this is actually Mexico City, and when I landed yesterday in Cincinnati, I was coming from Mexico, the driver was apologizing to me because he was going to take 25 minutes to actually come to Cincinnati, and I was like, wow, that could be 3 hours in Mexico City. So that's the places where we live. Or you could talk about Bogota, a city where public transportation is clearly not enough, and where going from north to south of the city can be another couple of hours. The same thing happens for Sao Paulo, the largest city in South America. A city where the same problems occur, but it's a city where you have the second or third largest fleet of helicopters in the world. And that's how people actually move inside the city. It's really, really cool if you own a helicopter. Of course, that's not the situation for many of the people that live in this city. So convenience is really, really important. So something that it's common along a common thread for these cities is that they concentrate the largest part of the GDP of the country. These are cities that has, in the areas where we operate, the urban centers, the smartphone penetration is near absolute. And it turns out that there is a culture of delivery. There is a culture of picking up the phone and calling your local mom and pop store to deliver a box of milk. It's part of our culture, but it's very underdeveloped. It's very unsophisticated. It's not a good service. So you might think, well, it's actually really easy to build this type of models. The truth is that it's not, because you have two big barriers that needed to be addressed. First, logistics are clearly insufficient. There's not a player that is doing an efficient last mile and delivering products in minutes. Actually, I was in Brazil last week, and they were telling me stories of delivery times on average of 7 to 10 days for a good. And as recent as 3 years ago, you would go and talk to the local US Postal Service, and they would tell you that they don't deliver packages because their business focus is to deliver letters. Like, who sends a letter nowadays? So this is the state of delivery. It turns out that there's a very, very low bancarization in the continent. Only 15% credit card penetration, and there is not a culture of introducing a credit card in an e-commerce platform. So we went heads on to tackle both of these barriers. So we built a network of couriers that move at a very fast pace in cities, delivering products in bicycles or scooters. These are people that are really the heart of what we do, and they are as important for us as our customers. We work for them. And we went and built all of the solutions to accept payments in cash. This is really important because then what it means is that you can actually leapfrog a consumer from the offline world directly into mobile and just jump all of the traditional e-commerce evolution that has happened, for example, in places like the US. You can think of Rappi as a platform that is all developed with technology that we built, but it has a human aspect to it. Couriers are interacting constantly with our customers, delivering a really outstanding experience for them and becoming like the extension of these consumers in the cities where they live. To go deeper into the model, imagine what you would do if you could order anything for a little over $1. That's what you can do in Rappi. So we have the couriers that are delivering products to consumers. Couriers pick products in our merchant partner stores. It can be a restaurant, or it can be a pharmacy, or it can be a supermarket. And on top of this, we have brands. And for brands, we are very relevant because it's a way to contact consumers directly in a much more efficient way than the traditional large media groups or the traditional retailers. But going deeper into our product, Rappi is much more than just a functional place to do groceries or to order food. Rappi is becoming a one-stop shop for everything you need. So you can order your breakfast, you can order groceries, you can order pharmacy, you can order convenience stores, but you can also have your dinner. We have a product that is one of our most popular SKUs that allows you to deliver cash. So we charge your credit card and we deliver bills to your house because going to an ATM is not a fun experience at all. And we have another product that it's amazing. It's a whim. It's an open text. Imagine that you could order anything. That's exactly that box. It's pure magic. I was hearing from our team a couple of weeks ago that there were 3 guys playing PlayStation. They were playing FIFA, and they were playing soccer, so they needed to play 2 against 2. They were missing one person, so they engaged the courier. They invited them to the apartment, and they play a match of 2 against 2. So that shows you an idea of how connected we are to the day-to-day of consumers. Something that we're also really proud of is the technology that we built. So we created a user experience that is inspired on how you buy in physical stores. So the concept of planograms, the concept of seeing products on shelves, grabbing a product, putting it in the basket. It's really, really special, and we see this as a pretty unique innovation. So going deeper into the interaction that we have with consumer, we're a brand that people love and that people hate when we fail on them. It's really, really tough to do an operation like the one we do to deliver things in a little over 30 minutes. But when it connects to consumers, it's pretty magical. So the woman that you're seeing here was having her birthday. And we were doing an activation with vitamin water. So we didn't know that the night before she had partied really hard and she was completely hangover. But Rappi arrived early in the morning with a vitamin water that was cold. And she really couldn't believe it. She was like, who sent this to me? Was it someone? Was it my boyfriend? Was it someone that planned this? And it was us as part of an activation with vitamin water to deliver those products exactly at the right moment, in the right place. Of course, this is not an easy thing to do. And when you're doing thousands of deliveries, activations like the one you're seeing suffer, but it's part of our core to always strive to deliver an amazing experience for our users. Something that we're also working really hard on is understanding how the local economy functions. We have a ton of data that is coming from our operations every day and allows us to understand how people are shopping, what's in their basket, What's the frequency of purchase? What payment methods do they use? Where are they located in cities? And this is a great tool for us to make business decisions, but it's also a great tool for our partners to understand how consumers are behaving and for them to plan marketing campaigns or to plan product launches. To give you a sense of magnitude, I did not believe that this was going to go as fast as it has. We founded Rappi a little over 2 years ago. Today, we're present in 9 cities, 3 countries. Around 4,000 couriers are delivering products with us. And we are over 650 employees, really passionate about execution and really passionate about building something that has not been built before. So to finalize, I want to leave you with some learnings that we've had as we started this journey. One is an absolute obsession for the consumer. It's part of our DNA. Sometimes we are the ones who are delivering the products ourselves, and that's a key aspect to create a really magical product. Another core of what we do is to really think locally. When we think of a city, we break it down in several cities, and that allows us to understand the neighborhood, to understand how those neighborhoods are behaving, and from there we scale. That's a really important part of what we do. A third thing is an absolute obsession with execution. We move really, really fast. We try a lot of stuff. Many of them don't work, but there's a real drive for executing really fast. We're a bold team. We believe in doing something that has never been done before as a core competency of what we're doing. And we're seeing how it is inevitable that models like this are going to become a really important part of our day-to-day activities of how we live our lives. And we know this because technology scales much faster than brick and mortar. And it's going to end up becoming one of the most important channels for consumers. At 30% growth rates, we are almost doubling the scale of our business every 2 to 3 months. And that is only going to continue to accelerate. And we're building something that has never been done before in Latin America, and the idea is to become one of the most impactful and relevant startups coming from our continent. Thank you.